Hey, it's a Scotch Test Dummies. We got us an ombre.
Boom, vaquero.
We got Balvenie 15-year Single Barrel Sherry Cask.
Boom, we're going to test it.
Let's test it.
All right, here we go. What do we got?
That's mine. 202.
202.
202.
Just call on mine. I didn't have mine in my pocket.
Means we're
so
coming up on the end of this.
pocket.
We're up to. We only got 250 coins. So there's only 48 left.
Wow, 48 left. Hurry up and buy them. Go to the web page.
Because we're still waiting on the next order.
That's true.
We don't want to run out.
I had an idea on that.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, this feels very light. I don't know why. All right, Balvenie 15. You got some stuff written on there. Oh, it's written right on the front.
No, that's the back. What do you mean? Oh, the barrel. Oh, the label came off.
Well, look at that.
It was loose. Yeah, what was funny was
I'm like, where's the label?
you see, even the back one is loose. What was funny is when I bought it, I noticed that, and then on Twitter just a few weeks ago, someone else bought one, and it was the same thing.
Really?
They were pointing out how their label
I
was.
think you bought counterfeit
Ooh,
Balvenie.
I don't
That's
want it
going to
now.
keep it on for the show. Maybe. That's interesting.
Yeah.
The back's coming off too?
Yeah.
Cool.
Whatever their label maker must have been running out of glue
Wow,
that
it's
day.
out of glue. Out of glue.
First of all, now we did the Balvenie 21 Portwood a while back.
We do look a little pale. But that's all
White
right.
balance a little
Yeah,
off.
white balance is off, I think. But go ahead. We did the
Hold your
Balvenie
paper up
Portwood.
again.
Hold the paper up.
Maybe that box. That box is big. How come it's bouncing around? There it goes.
Yeah, it looks good.
Now it's back.
Yeah. White balance is back. Keep going now. You had the Portwood.
Okay, we did the Balvenie a while back. We did the Balvenie 21 Portwood, and it had been a while before that since we'd done a Balvenie. I love the Balvenie line.
Love it.
Very well done.
Brand new Scotch drinkers, I always tell them you can't go wrong with the Balvenie, and if they like it sweet, I tell them the 14.
Well, yeah, 12-year double wood or 14
both.
Caribbean
Phenomenal.
cask. Yep.
Phenomenal.
Yep. And
All
we
right.
did originally the 15-year single barrel from a few years ago
Right.
before they went to the 15-year single barrel sherry cask.
And when your dad passed, you got the 21-year.
The 21-year Portwood. Yeah.
Just
Actually, this would work. Instead of holding the bottle to read the label, you just take it off.
you just peel it off and take a look at it.
So, single barrel sherry cask. Now, and this one tells you no more than 800 bottles will come from that one single barrel. So, and the deal. So, with a single barrel is they haven't mixed it with other barrels. You can have slight flavor variances from barrel to barrel.
I wanted to mention one thing, Scotch Gone Shout.
Oh yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, before we dive deep.
Good call.
We're diving deep.
I forgot.
Our Scotch God shout out, we go to our comments, we look at past videos, we get good comments that come in, and here we can highlight what you have to say.
That's right. The Rye Shootout Championship.
Ooh, the championship. If you haven't watched legs 1, 2, 3 was crazy, 4, and then the final championship wrap up, please go. But what do we got from this?
From the championship, Brian Haycraft.
Ooh, Haycraft.
Haycraft. He comments.
Good name.
This, without a doubt, the best rye off. Like shoot off.
Got it.
I have to say I'm bummed it's over and sure hope you can come up with another bracket shootout. We are in discussions about when and where
Sure.
and what type.
Yeah, 16 bottles, whatever it is.
Woo. I absolutely loved that you guys got a little sauced by video 3. I don't know what he's talking about.
No, video 3, we were well in control.
It was very entertaining. Keep up the great work, Scotch Test Dummies. Having a little Rittenhouse as I type this.
Rittenhouse Rye, bottled and
call.
bond. It's a good one.
Good call.
Well, thank you. We will keep those coming. Man, there's so many more ryes coming out. We could almost do another rye shootout. with
We've
16.
already reviewed at least one since
Yeah.
then, and we've got a few
Yeah,
more
a couple
up there,
more showing up.
and there's several.
However,
in the
we were
store.
talking about bourbons. We had one guy come in and say we should do 16 different sherried scotches. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on.
peated whiskeys, bourbons,
Yeah,
probably
Canadians,
bourbon. I'm leaning towards
Bourbons,
the bourbon.
I
bracket
agree. I
next,
think a
maybe.
bourbon bracket just sounds
see.
good.
Yeah.
You say bourbon bracket, and I'm like,
Bourbon
ooh,
bracket.
sounds interesting. I want to know more.
So, okay, back to the single barrel. So you can have slight flavor profile variances from barrel to barrel.
Right.
I think Dave Stewart does the best. He's the master distiller, he's the Balvenie malt master, David Stewart. I think he does a good job of selecting the right casks that have the right profile, and there's probably in the Balvenie line very minor differences between casks.
I have no idea what he does, but it sounds badass.
There is a video on YouTube where he's presented with, he worked at Balvenie for 50 years, and they made this 50-year bottling with these special
hand-carved wood, something, holder.
Yeah,
I
cases
call it
for
a
them.
holder. It's
It's a great video.
Yeah, it's a 50-year. That Scotch was laid down the year he started.
Oh, that's right.
Bam.
Yep.
And he didn't start it. I mean, he started in like was it Cooperage, or I don't know what he was doing, but yeah, it was low level and worked his way up.
Okay, so this is 47.8%. Now, let me point out as well, this single barrel from a sherry cask, because sherry casks are bigger.
I'm loving you reading the label right there. Just a different look.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
the sherry cask.
Yeah, show the
I
front.
like it. Well, okay, I just figured I'd give some color. All right.
So anyway, the single sherry cask is bigger. I mean, there's different kinds. There's hogsheads and there's sherry butts.
Right. I used to know, well, after I messed up what a hogshead was in like our third video, fourth video, go watch those if you want to really laugh at us.
Yeah.
Then I went and looked them up. For a while there, we knew how many gallons they all held.
Well, and that's just it. So
huge.
If you go back to the older bottling that isn't the sherry cask, it would tell you there was no more than, I want to say, 350 bottles from a standard Scotch barrel or a whiskey barrel, which is like 55 gallons. After 15 years, they would only get like 350 bottles. But since they used sherry butts, they're getting up to 800 bottles from a single sherry butt because it's bigger.
I'm with you.
Got it? Are you tracking?
It's bigger, they
That's
get
what
more.
I wanted. That's might have taken more words than it needed to explain.
It's bigger, they get more. It's kind of like me. I'm bigger, you're just going to get more from me. Like more joy is what I like to say. It's not dirty. I'm not taking that dirty.
No.
All right, just making sure. You'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm talking like laughs and humor, fun, joy, big hat. What are you looking for there? You got what do you got?
Nothing.
Okay,
No.
we ready to nose?
Yes.
We had like a lull. There was a lull in there.
Well, again, I've got my computer muted for notifications, and then it dings at me.
I know it dinged, and you got all distracted. You know what? It sounded almost like.
How can you turn off notifications and then it bings at you?
Well, I don't know. Your machine runs you, brother. Mine never bings, although I don't always know.
Well, you got your phone. And you got it on silent mode. I got my iPad, my phone, and my computer, and my watch.
You are a technological god.
And then
you got watch, phone, iPad, and your laptop, Mac. All you need is a big Mac to throw in there, and you'd have it all. Maybe you need like
this year. That might
an
be
iPad Mini, and then you need the new 7 Plus, and then you know what you need? Old iPod. You need an iPod where it had the little rotary. You are packing some tech, brother. Do they make an iPod necklace? You can just dangle it and like hit it, and then lift it up and read your text like a medallion. They need an iPad medallion. I'm done. I went there. You were kind of like bragging about your tech, your gear. I think a medallion's a good idea. You could just have the medallion there. What do you got on the nose, brother? You ain't saying nothing.
Do you got your notes? You got your notes on your iPhone 3?
Nope. I got a 5, and it's not a 5S. Lately, everybody's making fun of my iPhone 5. When I buy Mac, I buy for the quality. I don't upgrade every 8 to 9 months just because. Just saying. It still works great. That's why I bought it. Boom. Next.
All right, first of all, I love this nose. And by you saying nothing,
well,
that's not.
You know what?
I've got sherry wine on the nose, grapes.
Yeah, I do get the grapes.
And the lighter, and fact is, when I sat down with this, I sat down and I thought, that does not smell like Oloroso sherry. And it's from a European oak sherry, which makes it a lighter nose.
All right. I do get the grapes, because I get that dry grape smell, but I get this weird sour aftertaste. Now, I will tell you what first came to mind, but before I do, I even like searched out some notes to see if anyone had ever described it, because I don't mean it in a bad way. But one thing I do when I write my notes down is I'll be alone, usually music going. I almost get, no, not almost, I get meditative. And what I try to do is literally write down the when I smell it, what comes to mind immediately. But this sounds bad. And I'm going to say it's baby spit. Like spit up. Yes.
That doesn't smell.
Spit up. Yes, it does.
Or you mean like vomit? Baby vomit?
Not really.
Sour milk?
Well, there's that, it's like a sweet smell to it, and a sourness at the same time. And I've had 2 kids, so I mean I know it, but it comes off wrong on it, because I get the grape, I get everything else, but I get this. Maybe it's a tartness is a good way to describe it. But the first thing that came to mind, I wrote down, and then when I checked online, there are some folks that'll give that note to it, and I forget.
Baby spittle.
Yeah.
Spittle.
Yeah. And I thought I'd heard it once. I don't think it was Mark giving the tasting, but it was someone on the show. Maybe it was Mark. I can't remember. No, it was somewhere else. But it came into mind, like I said, and I don't mean it in a horrible way, so I don't mean it negative, but it's a little bit of that sourness, that tartness.
I would agree, a tartness.
I think tart's a better way to describe it.
There's an almond. There's a maltiness.
Okay.
And I got a little bit of an apple cider vinegar.
There. The vinegar. Now that's good. Apple cider vinegar. That's good.
Is that what you were trying to place?
No.
Oh.
No, but I mean that's a great description. That's the sour note that I pick up. For me, it is what I've got here is that like baby spit up, but it's apple cider vinegar is right on. That's a better way of saying it. So we'll just say that from now on. So.
And I get a raspberry as well. I got blueberries. Nope, raspberries. So I actually changed it. I was like, blueberries?
All right.
Nope, raspberries.
Right off the bat, I get this burst of flavor. It's like an explosive burst with some sweetness wrapped in. Then it goes oak and vanilla. But then it stalls out for me. It just stops. I mean, it's almost like an abrupt breaking. And I was a little bit surprised by it. What's the ABV?
47.8.
Okay, 47.8. And I get a little finish aftertaste. I do get a little bit of plum way in the back. Way in the back on the finish. What say you?
I've got on the palate right up front. When you put it in your mouth, like I say, you can start tasting it before you even swallow. I mean, as you're moving it around in your mouth and you're saturating your taste buds with it, those flavors are already starting to overwhelm you. I've got sweet sherry, berries, roasted almonds, some malt on the tail end.
Yes. Okay.
I got your vanilla and your oak as well. Now for the disappointing part. The tail end. The finish.
There's nothing.
I get this.
Well, I get the plum.
I get a sour nuttiness that I don't care for. Up front, mid palate, beautiful. And then there's this, I've got hazelnut. It turns into this kind of sour hazelnut, pecan, or walnuts. And it's not good. And I looked online, and actually I went to Horst. I want to say Lunig. Horst Lunig, the German guy.
German.
Horst. Same notes. Now he loves it. He loves that bitter almond finish. And he does some hellacious swishing during this video.
Some people don't like our swishing. They say we smack our
You want to
lips.
see swishing?
Really? He swishes a lot?
Oh, yeah.
I've watched him
Yeah,
once.
you need to go watch it.
All right, well, here's the deal. I was actually nervous about even telling you before we filmed, because he was like, hey, have you tried the 15 yet? Try the 15, the Balvenie. And he loves, I would say, I'm guessing Balvenie's one of your top distilleries. And I like it a lot, but it's like one of your go-tos. And then I tried it thinking 15 year, okay. Never been steered wrong. I really have liked every Balvenie I've tried. And you're exactly right. The only note I didn't have in here that I get now is that maltiness, right in the middle of the maltiness, and then it drops off for me. And I literally put on here, after the oak vanilla, and then I do agree with the maltiness, I have, quote, went nowhere else for me. It just, although now I get a plum in the background.
It's a beautiful sherry. The sherry part of it, like I say, is the nose is beautiful. The front of the palate, the mid palate, everything is great, and then the finish
Flat.
top takes it out.
Just flat for you. Yeah. I'm not, as we've heard before, I'm not as into the oak as much. But I was surprised by, because again, the first explosion, and then I was waiting, and I get a lot of sweetness and transitions from other Balvenies, and then for me it just went nowhere.
And I'll tell you, it's not. Maybe it's oxidized a little bit. It's not as off-putting today as it was when I first opened the bottle. The first night I sat down with it, that finish was really off-putting.
Yeah.
It's not as bad today. It's still present there a little bit. The rest of it is beautiful. And I had to debate it. It's like two scores. The nose and the front to mid palate is like 100, and then the finish is like a 75. You know.
Yeah. So,
it's still not bad. It's still good. I like it, and so, like I say, that bitter nuttiness, that finish bitter maltiness, I would say, kind of that apple cider vinegar. I think you either like it or you don't. Right. There's a lot of people that do like it from looking at other reviewers and stuff online.
I love Balvenie. This one is an 80 for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even. Well, I've got an 87 for it. Which
this one just doesn't do it.
I think if without that finish, it's a 92 or a 93. The nose is a 96. It's high. It's beautiful. And then, like I say, it's just that. Then you taste it. In the front and the mid, delicious, beautiful. And then the palate, the finish.
It was funny when I tried this, because he kept telling me, have you tried it yet? Have you tried it yet? And I thought, and I tried it, and I was like, oh, I'm not really a fan of this bottle. And it surprised me.
Now, that's one thing, though, too, keep in mind, like I talked about, this is a single barrel. There can be some variances between them.
That's a good
Maybe
point.
We got one that's a little bit more sour malted than the others.
So, is it worth it? How much?
100?
No.
I would agree. I would not buy it again.
Single barrel, but
for that. Yeah. 15-year single barrel Balvenie. And like I say, maybe if you're a fan of it, if you've had it and you've tried it, I can see where you like it. I can see where you don't like it.
Just bitter.
Yeah.
I get bitterness at the end of it, and it kind of
kills
like
it.
I said,
destroys
it just went.
But I didn't see the nose, like I say, when I sat down. I'm like, oh my God, that's a beautiful nose. This is going to be delicious. Oh,
see,
I don't
like
this.
tart noses as much. Noses as much? I don't like that tartness as much. That
sherry.
Apple cider vinegar.
The sherry is really coming through on it. Like I said, when I first put it in my mouth, and you were picking up some of those flavors, and it was so rich. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be good. And then I swallowed it.
Yeah, when I tried it, was making my notes, I thought, dang, he's going to throat punch me. Then I thought, did I eat something? Did dinner do something? And then I tried it again, and it was the same. And I thought, okay, it's not like I had maybe some spicy food that threw it off. For me, doesn't trip my trigger. That's it. Just for me. Maybe for you if you like my palate.
I'm changing up. I'm bumping it up. I'm going 89.
Oh, come on.
The tail end of this is
Come
definitely
on,
oxidized.
that is. I'm calling shenanigans.
Nope.
I thought you were high at 87.
Nah.
Oh, shenanigans.
The sherry on this is beautiful.
Shenanigans.
It's beautiful all the way up to just a little bit of that bitter finish.
I think all you should have done is set 87
And
plus or minus 2.
Oh, I could have done that.
That
That'd be
would have
good.
been. I wouldn't have called shenanigans on that.
All right.
Because it could have been it went down to an 85.
Yeah, it's definitely the tail end is not the finish is not as off-putting as it was when I first opened the bottle.
Well, if you like Scott's palate, this one moves around. If you like mine, maybe you'll. Okay, go get an Isla.
Now we're going to do another one that I recently bought that's coming up that I will tell you is probably one of the best sherry scotches I've had. I would not say that about this one, although it is good.
Scotch it!
No, let's give a quick shout out, Patreon supporters.
Okay.
Just a thank you to them. They've been helping us tremendously.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Yep, we appreciate all the support we're getting from there.
We had an idea. He had a good idea. We are going to do some kind of Christmas card
Yeah,
to our Patreon supporters.
That's a ways away.
It is, but we're going to have to film it
It's gonna be
because it's going to be special. And it only goes to the Patreon supporters.
That's right.
So you can come in for as little as $1 a month if you want. We prefer at least $1 an episode. Helps us out. You can go up from there, but you can set it wherever you want it. And come Christmas time, you're going to get a little dummy joy, a little bit of joy from the Dummies. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
so on ya.
Dummies.